Hello everyone, my name is Jane and welcome to my May TBR. So I've been very missing in April. I almost didn't upload any videos, and just in general, April was a really rough month for me. But I'm here today for another video, and I'm just really excited to be back and to film videos. And today is not just a regular video, it's my most favorite video of every month, and this is my monthly TBR game that I'm just so excited to play today. And unfortunately, I was in a reading slump in April, so I really hope that May is going to be a good month, and I really hope to read a lot, and I'm not just excited about getting back into reading and back into booktube. I'm also excited because in May I'm participating in the Desertathon that was created by Esme, and basically this is my fourth time participating in this readathon, and every time this readathon is just so fun, so I'm really excited for another round. And basically the Desertathon is a month-long readathon that is inspired by desert vibe books, basically books that are set in the desert, and I will talk about all the readathon details really soon. But the really cool thing about this readathon is that everyone gets different points, and that's because if you want to participate, you need to play Esme's TBR game of the books in the Desertathon edition, and basically you are playing a TBR game and you're getting your own prompts. So today I'm not just going to play my own TBR game, I'm also going to play Esme's Desertathon TBR game. So we have a double TBR game in this video, which makes me even more excited. And yes, except the TBR games, like every month, I'm also going to read a book for the Enchanted book club, which is a book club that I'm hosting. The thing is that currently we still don't have our many pick. We are doing a poll every month, and I hope that we will have the poll and the final result until this video is uploaded. So if we already have a book club pick for May, this is the book club pick. This is the book that I'm going to read in May, but currently I don't know which book it's going to be, so I'm just keeping in mind that I have one extra book that I will need to read the next month. But yes, like I said, I'm so excited about today, and usually I'm starting with my own TBR game, but today I want to start with Esme's Desertathon TBR game. I just feel like the Desertathon prompts are more specific, and it will be easier for me to combine the books that I get if I will play my own TBR game after the Desertathon TBR game. I hope it's understandable enough. Let's just start with the Desertathon TBR. So welcome to my Desertathon TBR. The Desertathon, like I said, is a full month readathon that basically inspires you to read the desert vibe books. And this readathon was created by Esme from Bookish Buddies, and like I said, it's my fourth time participating in this readathon. Honestly, every year Esme just makes this readathon better and better, and I'm really excited about this month round. And the thing is that in this round there is also teams. I think there is 4 teams, and I'm going to be a part of the Lion team. This team leader is Sasha from the Wild Sasha, and just in general my zodiac sign is Leo, and I really love lions, so I feel like this is just the perfect team for me. Also, this team color is yellow, which is my favorite color, so I feel like I just have to be in this team. But yes, basically I will explain the TBR game really quickly. Of course, I will link all the original readathon links in the video description and the announcement video, so you can check the full information for this readathon. But basically we have here the game of the books. This is Esme's TBR game that she's playing every month, but this is the Desertathon edition. And basically here, like you can see, there is a lot of colors. What I'm basically going to do is to throw a dice and to move on the board, and every time that I'm landing on a color, I'm going to use those prompts cards. Those are basically cards that Esme made. I just printed them, and every card has different prompts that are based on the color that you got. So basically I'm just going to move on the board and then take a random card from here. And yes, I'm just really excited, so I think that let's start. Okay, so I'm basically going to play like this. I'm sharing my screen and I have the board itself, and like you can see here, I have basically the icon of the Lion team that I just took from Esme Graphics. So everything here is Esme Graphics of the Desertathon. So I'm just going to use this lion as my player, and I just found the site with random dices. You can throw any dice you want. You can start at 6 and go to a D20 dice. I'm just going to do it 12. I feel like it's a good enough number. Okay, so let's go for the first throw. Okay, 6. Oh wow, okay, so I'm going here to 6, and like you can see, the 6 that I'm currently on here is basically a wild card. Like all the spaces that are with a desert picture in the background is a wild card. So already the first roll, I'm getting a wild card. This is very good luck. I'm happy about it. So the first book that I'm going to pick is a romance book, just a regular contemporary, not a desert vibe book. And this is Under One Roof by Ailey Hazelwood. Basically, this book was on my April TBR, but it wasn't a reading slab, so I didn't read it. But it's definitely a book that I still really want to read. And basically, Ailey Hazelwood is the author of The Love Hypothesis, which I really enjoyed from. And this is her first book in the new trilogy. All the books are really short. I'm planning to read it as an audiobook, and I think the audiobook is only 4 or 5 hours long. So it's like a very short book, and we are just following a group of best friends. And the main character of the first book is an engineer, I think, and this is just enemies to lovers and roommates, if I'm not mistaken, about enemies to lovers. But it's just about a woman that is living with a roommate that I think she don't love. And this is just their story. It's supposed to be a very quick and fun romance. I love romance, and I feel like I really need short and quick books after April and after my really huge reading slump. So I feel like this is a very good choice for a first book, and yes, I'm really excited to read it. Okay, so now let's go for the second spin. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really? Can't believe it. I actually have like 2 wildcards. Okay, this is amazing. I have already my second wildcard. Honestly, I'm really in shock. Okay, so for the next book, I'm going to pick another romance. Again, not a Desertathon book, but I just really want to make May not too hard for me because I wasn't in a reading slump, and I love romance. It's just so easy to read. And this book that I really want to read is Colty by Mariana Zapata. Basically, I'm trying to read every month a Mariana Zapata book because I really enjoy her writing. I didn't read a lot by her so far, only 3 I think, but Colty is a book that is on my spring TBR, and I really want to get to it this spring because it's one of our most popular releases. And this is a sport romance. We are following a girl that I think she's a soccer player or just some kind of sports player, and her new coach is this Colty guy, which is a very famous sport player, and she hates him or something like this. I just heard really good reviews and also bad ones, so I'm not sure what to expect, but I just really love Mariana Zapata writing, and I hope that you will really enjoy this one. And it's just another romance. I feel like it's easy for me to read romances, and it won't make May too intimidating for me. Okay, so now let's throw the 4th dice, and let's hope it won't be a wild card this time. 10. Means that I need to go to 23. So I'm just going to take the 4th card here. I shuffled everything. Read a book you got as a gift. I'm happy about this prompt. Now the next book is another book that also was in a previous TBR, I think a few months ago, but also another romance. I'm sorry, I still don't have Desert Life books, but I do have some planned. But basically this book is Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. I got this book gifted from Charlotte, from Clancy Charlotte, and I really want to read it. I enjoy most of the Christina Lauren books that I read, and I feel like this is going to be a book that I would really love. From what I know, this is a second chance romance, and we are following 2 characters that met when they were smaller, and now both of them are mature, they have jobs. I think that the main character is trying to pursue a career in acting, if I'm not wrong, but I just feel like second chance romances are really fun to read, and I really want to see how Christina Lauren are going to do a second chance romance. And yes, I'm just really excited about it. Also, the cover is really pretty, and again, it's a book that I already wanted to read. I'm pretty sure that it was already in a monthly TBR, I just didn't go to it. And yes, I really hope that this readathon will make me read this book because I'm really excited about it. Okay, let's throw again. 5. Oh wow, okay, so if I'm getting 5, I'm actually getting another wild card. And it's not that I want to cheat, I just feel like it's very boring if all the prompts that I'm getting are a wild card. So please forgive me, but I'm going to spin again for this TBR game to be more interesting. Let's spin again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another red color. Let's again take from the back. Read a book with a warm word in the title. I feel like it's very fitting for Desert 5 books, so that's good. Okay, now we finally have a Desert 5 book, and this is Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Young. Oh no, I just realized like I planned to use this book because it's the second book in the Girls of Paper and Fire series, and like fire is a warm word, but I'm just now realizing that this isn't a warm word, which isn't good. You know what? I'm going to keep it because the serious name is Girls of Paper and Fire, and I hope that I can count the serious name. I feel like it's cheating a little bit, but I really want to read this book. Basically, I read the first book, Girls of Paper and Fire, in the first Desertathon round that I participated in. It isn't my most favorite fantasy that I read, but I was really intrigued from the world, and I do have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy the second book more than the first one. And the thing is that this book was already in my previous Desertathon TBR, and I didn't go to it, but now we have a full month, so I really hope to actually read it because I'm really excited to continue the series. Again, I do think that I'm going to like the second book, and basically this is just an Asian-inspired fantasy. It's very cool with very cool magic system. The thing is that this series has a lot of trigger warnings, so if you want to check it out, please check those trigger warnings. But yes, I'm really excited to continue the series, and I really hope to actually get to it in this round. Okay, now it's the fifth spin. Let's spin. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got a grey color. Again, let's take from the back. Oh, I like this one. Read the highly anticipated book. This is a good prompt. Okay, so the next book is obviously a book that I'm crazy excited about, and this is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by XEO. And I'm just so happy that I have the physical copy because I waited for it for so long. But basically, XEO is the author of XOXO, which is a contemporary romance book about K-pop that I really enjoyed from. And I'm really anticipating this book because this is her first fantasy, so it's very different from the contemporary that XEO wrote. But basically here we're following a girl that is living in some kind of world that every year her village is sacrificing a girl to the sea god because all the time there is floods and villages are getting drowned. So the village people believe that if they will sacrifice a girl, one day the sea god will really love one of the girls and will stop flooding all the towns. And now the main character is expecting that she's going to be the next girl that the village is going to sacrifice. And I just really love the general idea. I didn't read a lot of fantasy in the recent months, and I feel like I'm starting slowly to get back to it. And especially YA fantasy, it's easier to read. So I feel like I really want to get back into YA fantasy and to read another YA fantasy. And I feel like this will be a YA fantasy that I will really enjoy. And I'm pretty sure that the fantasy here is inspired by Korean mythology, but I can be wrong about it. But yes, I'm just really excited about this book, and obviously it's a very highly anticipated read. Okay, so usually I'm playing with my own TBR game 5 spins every time. I think that I'm going to do 6 with the Desertathon because I just need some kind of limit and I don't want to make this TBR too hard for me to complete. So yes, let's throw the dice for the last time. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. We have another red color. Almost all the prompts are red. Okay, I really hope that it's going to be a good one. And this is read a book that has some kind of magic. Honestly, any fantasy book can work for this. So now the final book is another desert life book, and this is The Wolf and the Dawn by Rini Hardy. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm really sorry. I just don't know how to pronounce the name. But basically, this is another fantasy book, which is surprising. Half of my TBR is already fantasy. Interesting, but basically this is Esme's most favorite book ever. She loved this book so much. It's the first book in a duology, and she reread the duology so many times. I'm sure that she's going to reread it again in the Desertathon or in another month soon because she's rereading it a lot of times. And honestly, I don't know a lot about the series. I just know that this is desert inspired, and I think that this is the 100 nice retelling, and this is enemies to lovers. And from what I get, it's actually very enemies to lovers. And the funny thing is that in fantasy, usually, Esme and I have very opposite opinions. So if she loves it, I might DNF it, but I don't know. I really want to give it a chance because although she really loves it, and we don't always agree on books, from the idea and from what I heard about the book, it sounds like a book that I would enjoy from. So I really want to read it because this is Esme's readathon, so I feel like it's the most fitting timing to read it. But yes, just in general, I do hope that I'm going to like it. I do have a feeling that I might love it. So I really hope that my feeling is right and that I will really enjoy it. And yes, this was the Desertathon TBR, 6 books in total. 2 of them are fantasy, which is a bit intimidating for me, but not much. I really hope that my own TBR game will go with those prompts and those books. But yes, now let's get to my own TBR game, the TBR of Colors. It's the TBR of Colors time! Yay! So a very quick explanation about the rules. I have a wheel of colors. I'm spinning it 5 times. If I land on a color, I need to choose a book with this color on the cover, a good amount of it. And if I land on another slice, every slice says something else. For example, a random prompt or a random genre. The rainbow slice means another spin. And yes, this is more or less everything. The full rules are in my January TBR, and I will link the full playlist if you want to check it out. But yes, let's just go and hope that my Desertathon books will go well with my prompt that I'm going to get now. Okay, so I'm really excited, and let's go for the first spin. Okay, it was very close to another spin, but black is a great color. I'm very happy about this prompt. Okay, so the book that I'm going to pick for black isn't only black, but I would say that it's majority black. Like, I think it's black enough to count it. And this is Girls of Storm and Shadow. I'm not sure how you see it on camera, but all the part here is black, and also here, like, there is a lot of black, although it looks very blue. But like in real life, it looks black to me, so I'm going to count it because I need to read it for the Desertathon. So I just need to double up with my TBR game. So I removed black so we won't get the same color twice. So let's go for the second spin. Light blue. Okay, light blue it is. Okay, so another book from the Desertathon. The girl fell beneath the sea. All the part here is light blue, so I can count it as light blue, which is good. So this is my pick for light blue because you already know I want to read it and I need to read it. Now let's go for the fourth spin. Yeah, red is good. I'm happy about red. Okay, red is also good because I'm going to count the wolf and the dawn. Like, obviously it's majority red, so I'm going to count it as red. I'm just happy that May TBR Game so far works well with the Desertathon prompts. Now let's go for the next spin. Again, almost another spin, but we got white, so white it is. Okay, so now a new book that wasn't here before. Love in Focus by Yoko Nogiri. This is basically a manga, and like you can see, it's like pretty white. Also the spine and the back, like all the manga is very, very white. The thing is that this is very long manga because I think originally it was 3 different volumes, and this is the combined edition of all the 3 volumes, completed collection. And basically I'm trying to get more into manga this year. I really love graphic novels, but I almost don't read any mangas. I don't have a white graphic novel, so I just thought straight away about picking a manga, especially because, again, I don't want May to be really hard for me to complete, and I feel like manga is easier, and although it's long, I still can read it really fast because it's a manga. And basically this is just a high school story. We're following a teenager that loves to photograph. This is her hobby, and except it, this is a love triangle. There is also her best childhood friend, and there is also a new boy at school, so it's just a love triangle between all of them. I heard good stuff about this manga, and just in general I want to get more into manga this year. Now it's the last spin. I really hope not to get another spin, but let's go. Still didn't fix the image, but okay, I got another spin. I'm going to spin again and then another time, so it will be 6 spins in total. Okay, so orange it is. Okay, so for orange, another new book that wasn't on my Desertathon TBR, and this is Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Elle Kennedy is the author of The Deal, which I read in high school and I loved, and I really enjoyed her writing, and I'm very excited about this book. And basically here we are following a teenager that finished high school and she's going to college, but she's going to a beach town, to a college that she don't really want to be there, and she's doing it only for her parents because she always tried to please them. And from what I understand, it's supposed to be kind of a coming-of-age story. Just a girl going to a small town and meeting their people and trying to grow up and to be independent. And I really love those kind of stories. And just in general, it feels to me like a book that I'm really going to love. And I also expect a lot of summer vibes, like obviously from the cover itself. And it's like pretty orangey, so definitely it can count. And now, actually, for the last spin, let's go. Pink is amazing. I already have a pink book, and like you can see, I didn't got any prompt this month, so it's only a colors TBR, which is nice. And finally for pink, I'm going to pick Under One Roof because the whole cover is pink. So as in general, I have 8 books on my final May TBR, which is still a lot, but most of them are romance and one of them is a manga, so I feel like it's still good enough. And yes, I just really enjoyed playing all of those TBR games today. So this is my final May TBR. Also, the books books that I don't have physically, and also the one book that I need to read for the Enchanted book club, but I'm still not aware which book it is. But yes, I do feel like it's a lot, but I just want to mention that I'm a mood reader. It means that I won't force myself to read those specific books. I will try to complete all of the prompts, also in the Desertathon, also in my own TBR game. I will try to follow the prompts themselves. But yes, I just won't force myself to read one specific book because I'm a mood reader. And I just want May to be fun after April was a really rough month for me. But yes, I just really enjoyed playing 2 TBR games today, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video and my May TBR. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!